Hello everybody and good evening, good early evening here in Zaragoza, Spain. This is the FIBA Basketball World Cup European Qualifiers. It's game day 5, Group G, and the battle between Spain and North Macedonia. This will be the second meeting between these two teams, and here you have also Ukraine taking on Georgia tonight. Already underway. You can see the standings. Spain come into this game with 1 game less played than Georgia, and therefore without that participation point at 3-0 in second place. But for all intents and purposes, they have been perfect, and if they get a win tonight against North Macedonia, they will improve to 4-0. It's a busy old time for Spain. They play 3 games effectively, the 2 games that they're supposed to play in this window. They play tonight. They play again coming up against Ukraine on July 4th, and then they've got they've got Ukraine also coming up. So it's a busy stretch. They had a game that was postponed, and they'll be trading blows. North Macedonia have not been able to get a win. It's a team that's kind of in transition, looking to get some positives out of this European qualifiers campaign. And so far, it's going to be a tough old ask, really, to get something here in Spain, the land of the defending champions of the world. See Sergio Scariolo, without a doubt, one of the all-time great coaches of international basketball. The Italian has led Spain most recently to the world title in 2019 in China, and of course he led them to 3 Eurobasket titles, including 1 year famously when they beat North Macedonia in Lithuania in the semifinals, and that was one heck of a game. Current North Macedonia Basketball Federation President Pero Antic was one of the main men in that team, and they pushed Spain all the way to the end. It was a dramatic tournament, really, in every respect, spectacular. And I think that everybody knew about North Macedonia basketball after that performance in Lithuania, but it hasn't been quite as good ever since. But this is a Spain team that obviously you don't have many of the heroes of yesteryear, like the Gasol brothers. Both of them have retired from international basketball, Pau and Mark, but it is an exciting new generation that we can see. The Basque Mamba coming out there, Dario Brizuela. Here is Seba Saif, who has just been playing terrific basketball since he's gone to Japan. He's played a couple of seasons in Japan, and you'll remember that he played every game during the qualifiers when they made it to the Basketball World Cup in China. So Jonathan Barrero coming out, Santa Justa. It's a team, I think, that Spain, perhaps since this new system of competition has come about starting back in 2017, they have handled things about as well as any team has, any national team program, and they've also won the title to boot. So congratulations to them, and their aim is just to keep the good times rolling. But great professional league in this country. They've got a team here in Zaragoza, of course, that narrowly avoided the drop. It is the type of league where you have to come ready to play every week or you are going to lose. But we're going to have a pause in the commentary for the playing of the national anthems of North Macedonia and Spain. So that was the national anthem for North Macedonia. Now for Spain. So the national anthems have been played, and again, Spain playing today against North Macedonia. Then they will be in Tbilisi on Monday to take on Georgia. And then they will also play Ukraine again in a postponed fixture on Thursday. That'll be Javi Lopez Aristewi, Alberto Diaz, Seba Saith, and Joel Para in the starting five. And also Brizuela, Fernandez, Salvo, all coming off the bench for Scariolo, whose first tournament in charge was FIBA Eurobasket in 2009. You might remember Spain had a little bit of a crisis in Poland that year, even had to call a press conference to address a lot of questions from the media. When their backs were against the wall, they had no room for error. I remember that like it was yesterday. Juan Carlos Navarro came in, former Spanish Basketball Federation. President Saith came in, current Basketball Federation president. Jorge Garbajosa was actually still playing in the Spain team at the time, and Scariolo also, just to say, hey, we're okay, and they went on to win the title. So Krzyzewski, Nikolov, Stoyanovsky, the captain, Drosky, and Nakimovsky all in the starting five. Stefanov, Mekic, Simic, Robev, Maslenko, Efremovsky all coming off the bench. So you look at what Spain has been able to achieve, again, going back through the years. You know, and even when they haven't won titles, they have challenged for places on the podium, and sometimes they've reached the podium. Even, see, Dragan Bajic, the head coach of the Republic of North Macedonia. Even when they did, you know, when they played at the Olympics in 2008, you know, they played, that Spain team played a game that many considered at the time to be the greatest Olympic game of all time against the USA, falling 118 to 107 in the gold medal game. Of course, it was even closer, I think, than the final score indicated. Then they lost again in the final to the USA in 2012. 2014, Spain hosted the World Cup and things didn't go well. They lost at home in Madrid to France, but just a testament to their program. They came back the next year and won the FIBA Eurobasket in France, and they beat France in the semifinals. So Spain will also be at the FIBA Eurobasket this summer. So lots and lots of national team basketball, and judging from all the crowds and everybody else that shows up, they can't get enough of it. Well, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everybody. This is the European qualifiers for the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023. Spain winning the opening tip, attacking the basket to the right. Alberto Diaz has it. Diaz launches a three and misses. And the offensive rebound and putback is Saif. So Seba Saif. Everybody knows Saif is a great offensive rebounder. And the air ball for North Macedonia. Spain get a chance to run. Here comes Stoyanovski. Hands it off. And another miss. Diaz bounce pass. Behind the back pass by Pradilla. Knocked away. Rakimovsky passes it back outside to Nikolov. He misses. And the ball hit is going to stay at this end. Stoyanovski on the baseline. And good hands. Lopez at a stairway. He puts it on the deck. Seba Saif bumped. Three-point attempt. Yeah, that was short. Offensive rebound. They share the basketball. Saif has it knocked out of his hands. Good quick hands by North Macedonia. And Jurovsky also fouled. Great hands by Stoyanovsky, or by, excuse me, Kristevsky. And finally on the board, Kristevsky, his first basket. Saif hits it from the free throw line. Stoyanovsky drives in.
Segunda falta personal del jugador español López Aroste.
Stoyanovsky gets in, and Saif with the rebound. Bounce pass. And good look, and Saif scores. Dribbling in and strong to the basket. North Macedonia getting their second basket. So Yakimovsky gets his first two. Para. So Jurovsky picks up the foul on Javi Lopez Aristegui, and we've got a substitution coming in. This was another look at the basket for Saif. Diaz gets it over, and Pradilla off target, but they're going to keep it at this end. Good box out by Parra. Diaz not able to get it in cleanly, and Fernandez not able to control it. So good defense on the inbounds play for North Macedonia. Stoyanovsky hustling down the court. So it'll be North Macedonia basketball. They've got to win plays like that, win possession. They're going to have a chance against Spain on the road. They got to do the little things. Nikolov fouled by Diaz. And the three-point shot is good from Kristevsky. Quick pass down low to Fernandez, and he gets it up quickly. Just kind of snuck in on the baseline. Stoyanovsky just grazes the rim. Now quickly, and the alley-oop, the old-fashioned way without the dunk for Pradilla. scrap for the basketball. What's interesting is you look at this play from Fernandez to Pradilla. It's one of the ways that the qualifiers have really helped Spain is that they have had a lot of people that have gained caps during that time. So they have a very, very deep squad, Spain. And that makes life a little bit easier. It's still competitive to get into this, these qualifying teams. Fernandez gets it outside, and a shot from Salvo. Miguel Salvo, a little long. Jurovsky misses. Game opening up a little bit. Salvo crosses midcourt. Jurovsky got his hand on that pass. And the dunk is good from Seba Saif. Now the other way, North Macedonia. North Macedonia hanging around, down by 2 points. Can tie it up here, maybe even take the lead with a 3. And they might just take the lead, and they do. Well, how about Nikolov? Christian Nikolov coming out firing and getting that 3. Big difference. North Macedonia, a la Vlado Ilievsky of 11 years ago, hitting the 3s. A nice riposte that time for Spain to go back in front. That was Adin Mekic who had the assist on the 3-pointer, but Basis answers, and Spain are back in front. Another 3 attempt, and another 3-pointer is good. So Simic, Theodore Simic, showing he's got the range. The second 3. Feet set, quick release. Barreiro comes into the game. Yankuba Sima played very well this season for Manresa. Fernandez with the lob to Yankuba Sima, and he is fouled. Boy, it's lob city for Jaime Fernandez. Yankuba Sima. Just an incredible, unforgettable season for Manresa in the Spanish ACB or Liga Endesa, this is now called, and also the Basketball Champions League. They got to the Final 4. Brought so many fans to Bilbao, and Yankuba Sima was a very important part of that.
Yes.
Jurovsky's going to go out of the game, take a seat. Macedonia checks into the game. Nikolov. Nope, that is Tashovsky. Nikolov is out of the game, so it's Robev, Mekic, Maslenko, Tashovsky, and Simic. Mekic over to Tashovsky, now down low. An interesting move by Simic. North Macedonia up 1. Natives not restless yet here in Zaragoza. Bastos, nice handoff to Sima. Spain getting good drives, good penetration from their guards, and they're either lobbing it up or making the nice bounce passes. This was, well, not necessarily a lob, just a pass straight to Sima. Sima spends a lot of time at the free throw line.
Yes. Sima, uno más.
So Sima gets them both, and Spain back in front. Remember, going for their 4th win in these European qualifiers. North Macedonia are 0-4, but again, they're kind of in a rebuilding phase. And we know that basketball has a real pulse in that part of the world. So you could even watch these guys. You know they've got good players. Sometimes you need the experience. Tashovsky puts it off the rim. Fernandez, pass caught by Sima. Elects to pass it. Keep the ball moving. Barreto tries to get the ball to Sima. Goes out of bounds. That's a pretty good pass. It's been an incredible, well, in my opinion, all of these European qualifiers are just incredible every window as we see national teams gather again, and a little bit of an injury here. Hopefully it's not bad, like a jammed finger or something. Salvo. It's Adim Mekic, rather. It didn't look too bad. Certainly swiped down the basketball. But you see the crowds. Good crowd on hand to watch Spain play tonight. Saw a great crowd last night when Luka Doncic and Goran Dragic led Slovenia to victory at home over Croatia. Everywhere in Europe, seems like more and more the crowds getting better and bigger and bigger and better. And the games just keep getting better. And of course, Lithuania winning by the skin of their teeth again tonight. 72-70 at Bulgaria. That was in front of a packed house. Fernandez drifts in, boy, with the quality. I think he's a prime candidate to make that Spain roster for the World Cup. We'll have to keep an eye on it, but he missed out last time, but he is a very nifty, clever player, and just an embarrassment of riches for Spain in the point guard department. They have just got so many good ones. So that's how the first quarter ends. Spain lead it 19-17 over North Macedonia. Spain 0-4 from deep, 4 of 9 for North Macedonia. That's what's keeping them in the game. But inside the arc, Spain much better, 8 of 8. Well, here's a look back at the first quarter highlights. Good start for Sabeth. Sabeth Seiss had overall leading the way. Seiss 8 points, 3 rebounds for Spain. Fernandez has 4 points. And for North Macedonia, 6 points for Teodor Simic, 5 for Krzyzewski. So they've got 11 of the 17 points. Hey folks, get the Courtside 1891 app in your smartphone. You can watch video streams of games, schedules, keep up with all the scores. Great resource to have. Just have to scan that barcode. You'll see it again during the game. And the drive and the foul. So a good aggressive play. Finger looks okay after the drive, but still misses both free throws. Mekic. Barreto has it up high. Santiusta, good shooter, got to keep an eye on him. This Fernandez has been hurting him with his penetration. Now he steps back, lets the three go, and drills it. 5-point advantage now. Oh boy, look at the spin, the drive, and slick play by Nikolov. So there's a lot to like about what we've seen from North Macedonia so far. Playing aggressive, hands up on defense, coming up with the steal. Great play by Robev, Damian Robev. And here is, again, driving in Mekic and getting fouled. Just keeps looking down at his right hand. And Sema called for the reach. This was Nikolov taking it all the way. Beat the Basque Mamba. And that was Fernandez. Mekic again. Jurovsky turns on the baseline, misses everything. And Robev with the foul. Spain would like to get Brizuela some touches. Get him some shots. I suppose it's really all about the movement. Here he is. He can create and he can score right on cue. The Basque Mamba, Dario Brizuela. Long two if it goes. It does indeed. Sweet shot from Krzyzewski. Not the first time tonight. Brizuela. Nikolov passes, steps back, and Mekic misses. That would not have been a three if it had gone. Oh, nice spin from Brizuela. And again, instant offense. It's like opening up a packet, pouring it in the glass, adding a little bit of water, and there you've got it. Brizuela, offense. at your beck and call. And no doubt that was a foul. If you're going to foul him, you might as well really foul him. Prevent him from making the shot. And Brizuela misses the free throw, but keeping it alive and keeping it with Spain was Jonathan Barrero. Another good shooter. He can spot up. Here he is. Passes up the three, drives in. And Fernandez chases back. Comes up with the steal. And you can't blame North Macedonia for wanting to get some easy baskets, but not at the expense of the possession. Little runner, Brizuela. And a return trip to the line for Brizuela.
Primera falta personal del jugador de Macedonia del Norte, Kristevski.
So Kristevski kind of in that swinging motion, going for the block, called for the foul. So Spain and North Macedonia head over to the benches for a timeout. Let's go down to the huddle and try to listen in. Spain with 15 rebounds, North Macedonia with 5. So here's Brizuela at the free throw line. He's got 4 points, and this is his second free throw. You can see him with kind of fly on his shoulder. Just spotted that. Makes 1 of 2. Looking him pass the basketball very well. And then the ball stolen away from Stoyanovsky. Oh, 1 step too many. Great hustle from Brizuela. Also Santa Justa. Just couldn't quite get his balance. Spain with 8 turnovers, but those are turnovers where they're trying to make plays. I think Scariolo will live with it. Although it is a pretty high number already. Brizuela gets up in the grill of Kristevich. Nikolov missing from deep. Fernandez again into the corner to Santa Justa. From behind the arc, it's good. He's a good shooter, folks. You can get used to that if you're a Spanish fan. like the way this North Macedonia goes about their business, though. They're trying, they're playing hard, they're sharing the basketball. They are turning it over, but execution is not always there. Justa again, and Stojanovski's got to get out and get a hand in his face. He just hit a three, and he just let him have it. Didn't want to, I guess, risk a foul, but when he does this, scoring over Djurjevic, you know that he can shoot it. Or Jurovsky, excuse me. So midpoint of the second quarter. Let's go down to the huddle and listen to North Macedonia. So Santi Justa coming out, hitting a couple of threes. That was the more impressive of them because he had Jurovsky flying right at him. Years of age, Jurovsky. And you talk about, Spain having youth on their side. They really do have a lot of good young players. Padilla, 21. Lopez Aristegui, 25. Jaime Fernandez, one of the elder statesmen, he's 29. Brizuela, 27. Alberto Diaz, 28. Seba Saif, just 27. Salvo, 27. Barrero, 25. And here comes Brizuela. Joel Parra, 22. Ferbassis actually is the eldest. He's 30. That's it. Just one player that's 30 for Spain. So exciting times on the Iberian Peninsula. Here's the alley-oop, and Sema. They're not going to count that because he didn't catch it cleanly before dunking. Watch this. He kind of hung onto the rim. And then that's considered a goal interference, hanging on the rim, helping the ball go in. So Sema not credited with that basket. That's the one aspect about the big fellas. They got to keep working on their offensive game, overall games. They'll get better. Beautiful pass and the reception. Pradilla. Valencia Basket has a good one, and there's no doubt he's going to go on to become a really good player in Spanish basketball. Santi Justa takes a seat. Under 4 minutes to go in the first half. And the game has gotten out of hand a little bit here. North Macedonia were right there, but Spain are pulling away up 35-21. Good defense by Saif. It's just wears on you against this team, and the travel on Lopez Aristegui. So you got Pradilla, Lopez Aristegui with Valencia basket. Then you got a few Unicaja Baloncesto teams down in Malaga, or players rather. Fernandez, Brizuela, Alberto Diaz, as well as Barrero. And you got a couple of Badalona players in Ferran Bassos and Joel Parra. Santa Justa, now Casa de Mont Zaragoza. And the drive and the dunk. Good play from Seba Saif, hustling down the floor. And then you got Seba Saif, who plays for Alvar Tokyo. It's an interesting experience over there. Great defense by Diaz. And North Macedonia had just gone off the boil here in the last several minutes of this second quarter. Combination of that and also Spain playing better. Look at the pass down low. And Parra just lays it up and in. 39-21. It's incredible to run. Just checking for you. It was Spain 19, North Macedonia 17 with at the end of the first quarter. So it's just been really all Spain here in the second quarter. They stay with it, and the foul called. So in fact, it's Spain outscoring North Macedonia 20-4 in the second quarter. Mekic is out. Saif goes up, and despite having a hand in the face, goes up and scores. Spain, 26 of their points of their 41 coming in the paint, just 4 for North Macedonia. So also Spain's depth has been big. 23 points coming from the bench for them, just 7 for North Macedonia. Good move. Parra misses, but there's Saif, Mr. Offensive Rebound. Quick one. Outlet. Padilla out to Lopez, out of Stewey, and doesn't drop. Nikolov. And sticking with it and scoring. Yakimovsky. And catching at the other end and scoring Padilla. Spain with 45 first half points here against North Macedonia. Excellent anticipation from Javi Lopez Aristegui. Parra pushing it quickly and then gets it back to Lopez Aristegui. This will be the last shot of the half. And Saif almost with another putback. But doesn't matter too much in the grand scheme of things for Spain. They want to get everything they can, but they will go to halftime in command. 45-23, Spain on top of North Macedonia at the break. So now 3 threes for Spain, 11 more makes inside the arc, and just all-around dominance on the boards. 19 more rebounds, 3 more assists, 2 more steals. So the Spanish national team having it their own way here, especially the second quarter when they just pulled away from North Macedonia, outscoring them 26-6 to take a 45-23 lead here in the Pabellon Príncipe Felipe. Saw a lot of Lob City action early on. Basas getting it up to Seba Scythe.
Sara, ¿lo tienes? Pues la que gane se mete en la final, ¿ok? Hacemos dos.
And then we had Basas on the other side, shooting it from just inside the right elbow. One of the rare makes in this first half, Kristevsky. That was earlier in the first quarter. And once you saw Brizuela starting to get it going, you knew it was going to become very difficult for North Macedonia. He's got shots in his back pocket. Then we had Santa Justa with that slick pass down low to Pradilla. It's not about who scores all the points for Spain. It's about, are they playing the right way? Are they sharing the basketball? Are they moving? Are they running the plays? Are they crashing the offensive boards? That's what Coach Sergio Scariolo is looking at.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
Italy. Tumba rejects him, but he says, no, monsieur.
And they hammer home the advantage with a half court. Drops it inside, stolen, pocket picked. Great finish. Super finish under pressure.
Gavin Schilling in for Germany. Schroeder still in. Little, oh, what a pass. Little dime. Little drop-off pass And Schilling at the front of the rim throws it down. Germany attack and blocked again by Theis. Not in this house.
Sepala with a good defense. Hawkinson not able to find anything except that, folks. And look at that, and one by Beer Garden.
You can't complete at no angle to finish. Going the other way. Going upstairs. And to the combo! At speed. Hit the runway. Throws it down.
Just a miss from the line for him. Oh, a little leak out from Israel, but it's rejected by Panicka. Doing everything. Add a block to the stat column as well.
Hello, Markkanen. I mean, just the ability of Lauri Markkanen and what he can do offensively.
With the quick hands, the steal and the two. Weedle to the glass. Crowd liked it. Weedle throws it down hard.
Well, here is Krzyzewski, the leading scorer for North Macedonia. And he did show a nice jump shot in that first quarter. He's got 7 points to lead the North Macedonia scorers. And the top scorer for Spain has been none other than the man from the land of the rising sun, Seba Saith, who has had a great return. Very active, knows exactly what his coach Scariolo is looking for from him. And he really has gotten better since the qualifiers for the last FIBA Basketball World Cup. And I think it's a case of maybe the new experience as well of him going to Japan, where he has already won 1 title and then played for the Giants Alvark Tokyo. Sometimes some new surrounds going outside your country can be good for you. Of course, also Saith played college basketball at Mississippi. So a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do for this North Macedonia team to get back into this one. And the fact that they come into this at 0-4, you could possibly say that the writing is on the wall for them. But Spain want to be playing well as they get ready to go up against Georgia in Tbilisi, and then they'll play Ukraine as well. So this is the first window after the season, and a real opportunity for Spain. And don't forget, these guys are also looking at the possibility of earning spots in Spain's FIBA Eurobasket squad. It's coming up this year, but more crucially, every game counts in the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. If you are going to be one of those 12 teams from the European qualifiers, you need as many wins as you can get. So even though Spain know they're going to advance to the second round, they need to get as many wins as possible. But speaking of the FIBA Eurobasket, that'll be September 1st and 18th. So it's in 61 days before the opening tip. So you can see how these guys are also coming out and showing Coach Scariolo what they've got. Spain will be playing in Group A with Montenegro, Georgia, Bulgaria, Belgium, and Turkey. So this trip coming up to Tbilisi will be good for them, help them perhaps get acquainted with what it's going to be like this summer. It's going to be a fascinating Eurobasket campaign, but in my eyes, nothing captures the imagination for me like watching these qualifiers, because we see some of these bright young talents coming into the frame. And you know, you watch a game like this with North Macedonia, and you might come away not being that impressed because they're down by this many points here in the first half. But you know, sometimes you got to learn how to struggle and lose before you begin to win. And who knows, maybe in several years' time, this North Macedonia team, maybe even sooner than that, you know, maybe they will be on the road to being a really, really good team. So it's exciting to see them playing right now as well. But without question, Spain, a national team which is kind of in transition. We don't really know who's gonna play for this national team moving forward at the Eurobasket, at next year's FIBA Basketball World Cup, if indeed they make it. And of course, just down the road will be the Olympics. But you've got a feeling that, you know, several of these players are going to figure prominently for Spain moving forward. We don't see Fran Guerra tonight, but he's been impressive. He's here at the game. He's in the squad, just wasn't chosen to play in this one. Well, if you want to follow the World Cup qualifiers, download the app. Use that barcode with your smartphone and get all the latest news, information, videos. You want it, you got it. And might I also say that what a great place to visit Spain. If you haven't been here, you need to get here. I'm pretty sure that if you're from Europe, there's a really good chance that you have traveled to Spain. And Zaragoza, definitely a wonderful, wonderful city. You eat very well in this place. A lot of history. And again, a lot of good basketball all over this great land. Which in European, as you know, European basketball, again, as you look across the pond as well, Spain has given the NBA so many great players. But Europe overall has given the NBA so many good players. Last 4 MVPs have been Europeans. Nikola Jokic, the last 2. Giannis Antetokounmpo, the 2 before that. And of course, we all know about Mr. Doncic these days, knocking on the door of being the best player potentially in the world. Second half action underway here in Zaragoza. And Spain perhaps looking to lower the boom. Lopez Aristegui goes up and decided to take that shot off 1 foot. It's going to go the other way. You know, talking about best players in the world, I guess maybe the USA international Steph Curry would certainly deserve a lot of plaudits in that a lot of consideration in that department as well. Good defense from Spain, forcing the turnover. Alberto Diaz going to inbound the basketball. Now Scythe kind of loses it, but Diaz alertly picks up the basketball. Parra turns and travels. A lot of good games, a lot of good teams battling away during these European qualifiers. Spain really on top in this one. But the one thing that we get used to with the European qualifiers is we have some surprises along the way. We got great games. Lithuania winning over Bulgaria by just 2 points. So we got Kristevsky, Nikolov, Stoyanovsky, Jurovsky, and Yakimovsky on the court for Macedonia. Stoyanovsky goes left, spins back to his right. And that shot was not released in time. Stoyanovsky, in fact, was in that North Macedonia team that did make it to the semifinals back in 2011. Got Hungary holding on and winning by a single point over Portugal, 69-68. Had the drama last night of the overtime game between Poland and Israel. Poland winning that one. Emotional night in Belgium where Sven van Rossum retired from the national team, was honored. Great guy, great player. See Stoyanovsky reaching in, committing the foul on Diaz. Of course, we had the Luka Doncic and Goran Dragic show in Ljubljana yesterday. And we had Greece and Great Britain, a great crowd in Greece. It was just a 1-point lead for the Greeks at halftime, and then they really just blew out GB in the second half, in the third quarter particularly. There's the offensive rebound, and well, the putback wasn't there for Parra. Latvia beats Serbia as well. Germany hammered Estonia, and Finland came back from a big double-digit deficit to beat Sweden handily. So it's all happening in the European qualifiers for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. 12 teams will advance to the World Cup from the European qualifiers. Oh, sweet stroke from Stoyanovsky. Every summer has something different to offer, and this is a great summer. Diaz missing, but it's great for international basketball fans. You know, we not only have the youth tournaments, but we've got this window, so giving these guys a chance to play. And we've got another window coming up for the World Cup qualifiers in August, and then of course the Eurobasket. Stoyanovsky missing, so really you're going to get your fill of national team basketball, and we're glad to be bringing you the action. Parra spins, turns, goes up, and the foul has been called.
Segunda falta personal del jugador macedonio Kristevsky.
Nikolov has it. North Macedonia down by a bunch, 21. They need some of these to go. Nikolov misses, and Scythe grabs the rebound. Scythe gets it down low. Oh boy, what a tremendous effort from Scythe. You saw him catch it. He was then strong with the ball, gaining extension, but yet had enough skill to, look at this, just to kind of toss it up. 16 points, 8 rebounds for Seba Scythe. Been the player of the game, in my opinion. Scythe also has a block. He's plus 24 efficiency. Now actually has 17 points, 8 rebounds. In 15 minutes, he's averaging more than a point per minute. Stoyanovsky. Nice work, North Macedonia get to Kristevsky, their jump shooter, but it's long. Stoyanovsky collects the long rebound. And the pass stolen by Seba Scythe. Back to Diaz. They've got numbers. Diaz looked like he couldn't quite get rid of the ball, like it was stuck to his hands. Wonderful crowd in Zaragoza tonight. Spanish Basketball Federation just does such a great job of promoting both their men's and women's national teams, but also their youth teams. It is really basketball firmly entrenched in this country. It's in the sports pages every day. And Lopez Aristegui takes the bump. There he is, getting it back. Oh, what a bounce pass! Goodness gracious, made it look so easy to his Valencia teammate, Pradilla. Three-point attempt. Oh boy, that was slick. And it's got to be slick if you wear number 23, Andrei Yakimovsky. He's got 7. Now Lopez Aristegui on the baseline. Oh, tremendous work, but coming over the back Scythe. I'm thinking that Scythe has got a great chance of making the Spain team at the Eurobasket. And maybe going to the World Cup next year. We shall see. But he is just a relentless worker on the boards. Alberto Diaz goes out. The competition will be fierce for spots in this Spain squad. There are several countries like that, Spain among them. Oh, nice interception. Parra hands it off to Pasas. Back to Parra. Oh. And Scythe thought Lopez Aristegui was cutting back to his left. Coach Bajic. Just wants his team to get better from this experience. Mekic back in the game. There's Yakimovsky. Makes a nice pass to Mekic, who goes in for the dunk. Yakimovsky showing us a lot of game tonight. Passes has it outside. And the bounce pass knocked away. Stoyanovsky coming the other way. Looks up. Out on the perimeter, Yakimovsky. Plays at Washington State University. Yakimovsky getting a little bit of that American style in his game. The sport of basketball has just become so international. And you can see that Stevsky was called for the hold. But, you know, sometimes it makes a lot of sense for kids to go overseas and to play college basketball, get their education while they're there, learn something new. And sometimes it makes more sense just to stay in Europe, join the club. You know, Seba Scythe went to Mississippi. Couldn't speak highly enough about that experience. But I remember Saras Jasikevičius from Lithuania, now the coach at Barcelona, when he went to Maryland, learned, you know, got better with his English, learned a different style of basketball, different culture, experienced all those great things, education. But then he said, you know, if I'd stayed in Europe, maybe I would have had fiercer competition in terms of going up against grown men. But it certainly did not hurt his career going over, because he became one of Lithuania's legends and is now a great coach. Stoyanovsky steps back, puts it up. And Yankuba Sima comes up and commits the foul while setting the screen on Mekic, who's going to be a little bruised after this. Santiusta comes back into the game. Parra goes out. Bassas went down. Now the pass comes back out. Mekic able to get it off the rim. Justa. Bassas for three. And Sima with the board. Look at Sima walking the tightrope. And he goes up and he's fouled. Nice agility by number 17. So you're going to give me that baseline, I'm going to take it. So Sima does not complete the three-point play. Not good that time from Yakimovsky. 12 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the game. Bassas over to Barreiro, who backs his way down low on Nick Olof. Outside it goes, and Bassas drains the jump shot. Yakimovsky drives in. Jankowski averaged 5.4 points, 3.9 rebounds per game this past season, and pretty much same numbers from 2020, 2021. He's got 2 more years left. So I'm sure that at Washington State, they're thrilled that their player from North Macedonia is getting some good minutes here against a good basketball country. Head coach Kyle Smith may be watching this. If so, hello, Kyle. I'm sure he is fully aware how fertile the ground is in Europe. So many good, talented players. Jan Kubasima, he actually played at St. John's briefly before turning pro. St. John's in New York.
Yes. Jan Kubasima, uno más. Venga todos juntos. España.
Jankowski again, and tries to make the pass into the paint. So we talked about the age of the Spain players. It's a young North Macedonia team, other than Stoyanovski, who's 34, and Kristevski, who's 33. Everybody's in their low 20s for the most part, even a couple of teenagers like Simic, who's just 18. So bear that in mind, how good this experience is for him, competing against all of these players who have, good roles with their Spanish clubs. Jarosky also is 30. Mekic is 26. Nikolov is 25. We haven't seen Stefanov yet, the shooting guard. He's 17, plays at Cantu in Italy. Well, get the barcode, folks, for the World Cup Qualifiers app. All the information you need. Let's try to hear Coach Scariolo. You see all these players, Lopez Aristegui, Pradilla. I mean, those guys played big minutes for Valencia this season. So I think the operative words are growing in stature, these players that make it to the Spain team. Here's Brizuela taking it all the way and scoring. Basque Mamba. I don't know who gave him that nickname, but it is appropriate, of course, in homage to Kobe. Black Mamba. Here we go. Nikolov might have gotten away with the elbow. Mekic, and the offense has just dried up for this North Macedonia team. They have really struggled since that opening quarter. They outscored 17-8 in this third quarter after being outscored 26-6 in the second quarter. Brizuela misses with that one, and then the last miss of the quarter for North Macedonia So Spain in command, 62-31 over North Macedonia at the end of the third quarter. So the numbers, 14 more makes inside the arc for Spain.
Primera canasta, ahí está, coge tu propio rebote y cruza.
Back to the highlights, and there are more highlights for Spain. There were some good highlights at the start of the quarter. Jakimovski hitting the three-pointer. Mekic getting down the lane and putting it up and in. Basas coming off the bench, one of the many players that's come off the bench tonight for Spain to contribute. And again, scan that barcode, folks, to get the courtside 1891 app. Coming off the bench tonight, 31 points for Spain versus 9 for North Macedonia. The live action, and the basket is good here at the start of the fourth quarter. And they answer Barreto with the three. So the first basket for Jurovsky for North Macedonia, and then the three for Barreto, who definitely has knockdown three-point shot ability. Seen him do it many times, multiple three-pointers in games for his clubs that he's played for in Spain. 3-second violation. Fernandez back in the game. Jaime Fernandez dribbles to his left. Fernandez. Where is he going with the basketball? The lob. And just a little, perhaps too far out with Kostevich there. The ball batted into the hands of the man that we've said a lot about here, Jakimovski. Jakimovski's got 9 points, 4 rebounds. And now he gets a chance to add to his tally, fouled by Barreto. So 10 points for Jakimovski. Fernandez. Oh, great tap. Good work from Fernandez. Good work from Barreto. Krzyzewski fouled with the reach. It's a good looking drive, and then there's the tap. Jurovsky, and this time the tap from Jakumovski. There is Sima. Jakumovski a little long. 31 points to lead for Spain. Barreto. Another three, and that's his second. Foul long way from the basket. One thing that's interesting about this Spain squad that perhaps is a lot different from the Spain squad for the last European qualifiers is it seems younger. Nice lob, and this time Sima doesn't miss. Bastos looks up again. Sima hustling down the court. Couldn't get it. Now he gets it on the low block. So Jakumovski called for the foul. Great work from Barreto. And it looks like it was more of the push with his right hand is why they called that foul on Jakumovski. But anyway, timeout, 5:47 remaining. Incredible that North Macedonia have not been credited with any fast break points. And we're 35 minutes into the game. Great work from Sima. He's been lively here in the second half. So Barreto making his mark here in the second half. And again, you talk about the youth in this Spain team. And Barreto is 25, 2.03 meters in height, 6 feet 8 inches, small forward. Tough player. These guys are coached up. They're coached up well. Now they're hustling down the floor. Here's Barreto pushed. Pass to the corner. Well, folks, you talk about the unpredictability of the European qualifiers, and Montenegro, remember, they qualified for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. They have just stunned France at home in Montenegro, 70-69. Barreto puts it up and in. I think it helps that they've naturalized Jonah Radabov, but still, that is a very good win. Very good win for Montenegro. They were the nation with the smallest population that played at the last FIBA Basketball World Cup. And it just kind of adds to the drama. And, you know, and you look, you know, North Macedonia looks at nearby Montenegro and says, well, if Montenegro can do it, we can do it. You know, this is a country, North Macedonia, that believes they should be eating at the big table in international basketball. And I think that they're going to be just fine. These guys need, some of the young guys especially, they need the experience. Bases gets it down low. Oh, he turns it into an alley-oop. Pradilla, and he's fouled. So Brizuela goes out of the game. Jurowski goes out. Basis inbounds the basketball. Coming up on the 4-minute mark, and good steal. Reaching up and knocking it away was Robev, who has yet to score, has yet to attempt a shot, in fact. Kristevski going to work on Salvo. And nice move into the paint and jump shot from Christian Nikolov. (77-40). And Barreto drives in, thought he was going to get to the line, but he had the ball knocked out of his hands. And foul has been called. Bassett picks up his second foul. Nikomoski falls over. And then the drive, and the basket is good. And there's the first points for Robev. And Anybody wondering if he could dunk it, he just gave the answer. He threw it down. Quick pass, good anticipation from Robev, but not able to get it. Fernandez catches the pass from Barrero. And you would think that for Fernandez, if he's going to aspire to be in that team at the Eurobasket or at the World Cup, he's got to knock down that three-point shot, that open look. Because there are plenty of guards in that Spain squad that can. Oh, Salvo, a little hesitation, the bump, and Oskar Lucic calls the foul. Wonder what Wojciech Liszka would say about that. Krzyzewski goes out. A little shaking and baking from Salvo. That looked like that was a good call. Krzyzewski goes out. Salvo misses the first. So 5 fouls for Krzyzewski, and he will turn his attention to the next game that North Macedonia has. They'll be at home to Ukraine in Skopje on Monday. 147 remaining. Yakimovsky's got 14 points. One of the bright spots, although I guess when you talk about bright spots in a 34-point blowout, it doesn't really mean that much, but even so, good experience for him. Here he is getting the basketball. He's young, he's fresh, and there he steps to his left. And are they going to call the charge? And good defense from Fernandez to step in. And Yakimovsky does indeed pick up the charge. Well, Robev got away with the reach there, definitely. In front of Zapolsky. Basas. And the jump ball has been called. So Spain improving to 4-0. Remember, they had a game postponed against Ukraine because of the situation that has unfolded, the sad situation that has unfolded in Ukraine. They will make up that game in Riga coming up on Thursday. So they have a trip. You know, it's a busy time for Spain. They're going to travel to Tbilisi for some good basketball and good food, no doubt. Tbilisi has great food in Georgia. Oskar Lucic talking to Nikolov. And then they will head north to Riga, one of the great basketball cities, to take on Ukraine because, unfortunately, Ukraine not able to host anything right now. It's an emotional, very emotional period for the Ukraine team. And they came out and won today, playing against Georgia. And that game was actually staged in Riga as well. So they're using that as their home court. And the pass up ahead to Basas, who scores on the breakaway layup. 80 points for Spain. And I'm guessing that will be it for Spain. If they get the rebound here, they will not attack the basket. They'll get it across midcourt, and that'll be it. So let's see if North Macedonia can cut into the deficit. And the youngster that we wanted to see was lining up to take a three. Ruben Stefanov, who plays in Italy, and that's going to be it. So Coach Bajic shakes hands with Luis Gil, all the Spain coaches, Sergio Scariolo, and the wheels are spinning inside that man's head right there in terms of the makeup of his Spain rosters, who he liked, who he didn't like, who potentially is going to help him this summer, who's going to make it. It's a good problem to have, but there's no doubt that Spain, some guys are kind of, I think, moving up in the pecking order a little bit. Seba Saith has done himself some favors tonight. Spain win it 80-44 over North Macedonia. So Spain just 13 more makes inside the arc. Okay, you want to pick holes in their performance. I mean, you got to make your free throws, Spain, if you're going to succeed. But 45 rebounds for Spain to 19 for North Macedonia. Saith with 19 points to lead the way. 11 points for Barreto, 10 for Sema. Yakimovsky had 14 points to lead North Macedonia. Spanish pride on full display here in Zaragoza as the team throws up some giveaways to the crowd to say thanks for coming. All the basketballs. And they have got fans in every city. You better believe it. This is a much-loved Spain team. This might just be the most important moment of the day for these guys. Bonding with the fans, thanking them for coming out. But what you don't want to do if you're Sema is hurt your arm throwing it up there. Might want to loosen up a little bit. So here's a look back at some of the highlights from the second half. That was a absolute splendid bounce pass from Lopez Aristegui. He didn't score today. He missed all 7 of his shots, but he did get the 3 assists. Nekic scoring on the drive. But you talk about stats for Spain. Saith had the 19 points to 9 rebounds, so he just missed out on the double-double. Probably would have got it if Coach Scariolo decided to play him a little bit more. He played 18 minutes. That's not a bad day's work in less than half of the game for him. 11 points for Jonathan Barreto. 4 rebounds, hit both of his attempts from 3-point range. 10 points for Yankuba Sema. And Padilla did well, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, all-around contribution from him. He was plus 17, the second highest rated Spain player tonight, Padilla. Brizuela also did pretty well. He had 7 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. 3 steals for Padilla as well to cap his all-around effort. Sema going up for the dunk. And really it was just pretty much one-way traffic after the first quarter. Spain led 19-17 at the end of the opening frame. And then I think, as pretty much everybody expected, Spain got on top of this North Macedonia team. Maybe one even more convincing than you would have thought, judging from the way North Macedonia played early. But if you remember that Spain won the first encounter in Skopje 94-65. The fact that they've been able to come out and roll to a big win tonight is no surprise. So Spain have improved to 4-0, and they will now turn their attention to heading to the airport to catch the flight to Tbilisi to take on Georgia on Monday. I'm guessing they're going to fly today. And North Macedonia with Coach Bajic will return home to North Macedonia, and they will take on Ukraine on Monday. So Spain up at the top of the standings. Remember also they've won their first encounter against Georgia. Georgia falling to Ukraine tonight, so Ukraine still all to play for, and North Macedonia now down at the bottom at 0-5. Every game counts, folks, in the European qualifiers for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. So Spain will be pulling out all stops to get the win in Georgia next. Well, Spain's fans came, they saw, and their team conquered tonight. North Macedonia, Spain rolled to a big win over North Macedonia in the European qualifiers for the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023.